Jackson rolling through the SWAT. Reppin' for the city, hear him in the parking lot. Houston written across the jersey, ain't gon' never stop. Just fans got me tuning in, waiting for the drop. Astros, Texas, Rockets, Dynamo, they coming with it. When they pull up, got the city sitting on a fitted. Straight up A-Leaf, hold it down, ain't gon' never quit it. Just fans got me tuning in, let my dogs get it. Southwest A-Leaf, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans.
How's it going, everybody? It's Carlos, one of your hosts of the Just Fans podcast, and thank you for joining us today. I got Rios in the house. Rios, whose facial hair is finally growing back. Look at him. How's it going, Rios?
I feel like an adult.
Yeah, you know, he's hitting puberty this week, guys. That's Rios right there. And today, we got a special guest for our episode 2 of Talking with the Prospects. We got the one and only out of New Mexico. We got Kale Edwards. Kale, how's it going, bud?
It's going well. Thanks.
No problem, man. Hey, man, thank you for joining us, dude. I appreciate that. We're ready to just dive in and just talk about you, highlight you, and we'll get to know you a little bit better, man. So really quick, what's the one aspect of your game you're most confident in, and why is that?
Probably, stopping the run off the edge, like playing the edge against the run, I'm pretty confident in. But yeah, that like edge outside linebacker position as a whole, like I love covering too. So that's what I did in high school a lot, and then I kind of moved away from it in college. But I do love doing that, and I'm comfortable with it for sure.
Do you think that's where you excel at the most in that, or no, or is there something else you feel like you excel at more?
Well, at Montana, I was like the pass rusher. Like they would send me on specific stuff. And I love doing that. But this last season, they liked a young guy and they wanted him to be like a on the ball, off the ball guy.
Yeah.
So I played the other side, and it was a lot more run heavy. And I kind of grew to be pretty comfortable with that now. So I feel like I'm comfortable with both, and getting a read from that edge position, I guess, is kind of what I'm good at. So, yeah.
Okay. There you go.
So looking at some of your stats from Montana, it looks like you had a return touchdown. Talk to us about that. You don't really see a lot of defensive guys get return touchdowns.
Yeah, that was my redshirt freshman or redshirt sophomore year. I can't remember. We went to Indiana State, and out there where Larry Bird played. And it was a cool little town. And, yeah, we had a linebacker named Pat O'Connor who plays for the Seahawks now. He came off the edge. I saw him going on one way, so I was dropping into coverage, but I thought, well, if he hits somebody, the ball's going to bounce the other way. So I ran over there, and the ball bounced right to me. I picked it up and ran with it. Yeah, got a score. Hadn't had that since high school and didn't have it since, so it was pretty exciting.
Nice. So I'm looking at your Montana stats and then your New Mexico State, and I mean your total tackles. You got 36 in 2024, 31 and how do you call it in 2023? Pretty comparable. The solo tackles about the same, but and 4 sacks in both years. What is that feeling whenever you can get to the quarterback and just sack them? How do you feel in that at that moment?
It's a great feeling. Like you got your teammates, your buddies right there cheering with you. The D-line doesn't have to run far. You're all kind of right by each other. So, and that's who you sweat and bleed with all the time in practice and everything. So, yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'd say it's really exciting, especially because it's like that team aspect, like the whole position group, I guess, is like standing right there with you. But yeah. I still think, like, I played off the ball in high school, and getting a big hit is just – it's hard to beat that, and I don't get too many of those anymore. So, like, when it does happen, I think that's the – no matter what, the circumstances, getting a big hit's, I think, better than just grabbing a guy. And even if he's holding on to the ball and getting ready to throw it, it's still more fun to just get a big hit on somebody, lay a lick on somebody.
There you go. All right.
It's always nice to light somebody up, especially on the defense side. Like, it feels good. That's when a lot of guys become basketball players at that point.
Exactly. The Oklahoma drills made more basketball players than anything else.
Yeah. It was old as time.
Yeah.
So let's go back a little bit further. So you grew up in Idaho, so I me personally, I've never met anyone from Idaho. So talk to me a little bit about Idaho. What's life, growing up in Idaho?
Yeah, where I'm from is just mountains, trees, lakes. It's a great place. I grew up I'm 35, maybe 40 minutes from Gonzaga, the university. So that's in Spokane, Washington. I'm like right on the border right there. And it's great. Like I can get to Washington, play competitive basketball, and then I can get in the mountains and do my own thing and be outdoors. Like I like doing hunting, fishing, all that stuff. So
Nice.
I thought it was the best of both. Yeah, I loved it growing up. A lot of good athletes come out of there too. A lot of people try to talk on Idaho, but like everybody's heard of like Taysom Hill. Like he's
Yeah,
another Idaho guy. Yeah, I watched him in high school. He was insane. He beat us in the semifinals. Actually, my dad was a football coach at the high school, so
Okay.
nice.
yeah. So I always had to like watch who was coming up against us, and he was a stud. Colson Yankoff is the quarterback that was ahead of me. Really high recruit. Now he's with the Redskins or the Commanders.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Didn't Van Der Esch come out of there? Van Der Esch?
Yep. Leighton came out of there. He went to Boise, walked on at Boise. He's from like the Grangeville area,
right?
Central Idaho. Yeah. So like a lot of good athletes come out of there and some good players. So it's a good place to grow up and a lot of good sports.
Yeah, living in Houston, if you drive for 30 minutes, you've gone maybe 5 miles.
Yeah.
Traffic is terrible.
Yeah. No traffic up in Idaho either. I do love that.
No, like living in Houston, like you can be dating someone that lives an hour away. That's basically a long distance relationship because it takes about 2 hours to get to them.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this. I'm looking at this correctly. Matt Ryan?
Is he an Idaho guy?
Let me see. I'm looking at. He came out when I typed in Idaho, so let me just double check before I.
Brock Osweiler was. You know who that is? But he had some good years in college. He was pretty solid. So, yeah.
I see Brock Osweiler. Okay, no, never mind. I don't know why his name was coming up there, but no, it's not. It's not Matt Ryan. That's weird. Oh, I see Brock Osweiler here. Taysom Hill, Jonah Williams, Tommy Togiai, Scott Matlock. Yeah.
Tommy Togiai beat me in the state championship when I was a junior.
Oh, really?
Ohio State and started 3 years at D tackle. He was just this freak athlete. He could throw our whole line like it was nothing. Controlled the game at D tackle. So he was an impressive athlete.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so y'all got some names on there. I mean, I see that.
Yeah.
So for you, I want you to think about, and I know it's kind of hard to bring this up because every time I ask any football player this question, it's like, ooh, you have to really think about it. But if you're able to think about a particular play from your college career that you're like very proud of, how would you describe that particular play?
Well, I don't have to think about it that long, actually.
Nice.
Against the University of Idaho, my last season at Montana, I got like the game sealing strip sack, and so then we got the ball, won the game, but they were rolling against us, so it was we needed to stop, and I almost went to Idaho, and that was like the hometown team, like everybody I knew loved Idaho, and all my high school buddies went to Idaho, so it was kind of a big deal. Like I was gonna go play quarterback there, actually. Like that's
Okay,
safety in high school. So like that's, I don't know. It was good. It came full circle. I think like me choosing something else, playing defense at Montana rather than quarterback, and I managed to get my hands on them. And so I think that's my favorite or my best, most exciting play. But I've had lots of them, but I think that's one I think is gonna stick with me forever.
Okay.
Yeah. No, so I did see you played quarterback in high school. What made you decide to switch to the defensive end? Yeah,
well, I played quarterback and safety, which at the big schools in Idaho, and I think a lot of places, like nobody does that anymore. But I convinced our coaches to let me because I'd been doing it my whole life, and I managed to win the spots, and they said, all right, I guess we'll let you do it. And it was kind of good because if my OC got mad at me, he could just send me onto the defensive field. You know, he said, I can't deal with you right now. Just go play defense, get the ball back. But no, I love quarterback, and I had some options to play quarterback. And I just chose Montana, and they wanted me for defense. I guess they brought me in as an athlete and chose me. Decided I was going to play defense. So, but yeah, didn't want to give me a chance at quarterback, which is too bad. I think I missed out there. Now that I see all the NIL money running around for quarterbacks, I was like, geez, I should have tried, at least. But no, I loved it, and I just liked hitting people. And they said, well, you can hit people on defense too. So I was like, all right, I guess I'll lean that direction.
There you go. No, I understand the whole NIL money for quarterbacks has been crazy. I mean, I get it because it's for a long time, like just colleges were just using a lot of you guys up for really nothing. So I mean, what is your take on the NIL stuff?
I'm actually against NIL. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I'm like the classic football. Like I like the conferences when the ACC meant the Atlantic Coast, when the Pac-12 and the Mountain West meant mountains in the West, not like you name it teams. Illinois,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like that to me isn't the Mountain West. So I don't know. I think NIL is kind of ruining a bunch of that because everybody's trying to fight for money now, and it's not like
I could see that.
Yeah, I think you choose a team and you're like wearing their name on your front, and that's who you're putting the money towards, and the money gets to go to them, and I think that's a good thing. Like your university and the NCAA as a whole, but I understand like legally the precedent was set, and like you can't really beat that now, but it's too bad, I think.
Yeah, because in the past we saw like there was no NIL deals, but you see freshmen pulling up in Dodge Chargers and Challengers, like
right,
like wait,
wait a minute, something the math ain't math in here.
Yeah, like Shane Gillis said,
Alabama offensive line have a Charger. Like wait a
minute,
Shane Gillis,
yeah, Shane Gillis said not everybody or everybody can recruit with money now. Saban,
Said Nick Saban.
Yeah. He said,
what did he say? Didn't he do it in one of the college game days? He told him to his face or something like that. Where he was like,
Alabama Jones, he said.
Alabama Jones. That's what it was. Alabama Jones.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love Shane Gillis.
That man's a national treasure and should be protected at all costs.
Agreed.
Huge Notre Dame fan, from what I understand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, but that was hilarious when he told that to Nick Saban. All right, so really, so for you, like for going back to that. So another question is, what's the toughest challenge you faced from an opposing player scheme?
Ooh.
That you can remember, of course.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely been like tough players that we had to prepare for, but I guess like as a whole, South Dakota State, we played them in the national championship in 2023 when I was at Montana, and they had just a complete team. Like their O-line was insane. Their wide receivers were good threats, good size. Their running back who got drafted by the Jets, he's with the Jets. He was like pretty good athlete. He was just kind of thick. I thought he was a little stiff, but he is just like a solid, like they had just around the board, just good guys. And then as a quarterback, I'm always judging quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was kind of like looking into their quarterback, Gronkowski, and I was really impressed by him. And then I played him, and I thought I had a really good game plan going in. Like our coaches were awesome there, and they had a great game plan. I watched as much film as I can. My dad being a coach, I have always known that watching film is kind of the key. And I got a good hit on him, and I thought that would like fluster him because it did earlier in his career when he was younger. It didn't phase him at all. He just popped up like it was nothing. I was like, okay, like this kid can play. So I think him or that whole team, I guess, would be my they were kind of our kryptonite at the University of Montana. So I'd have to say them.
Okay.
Gotcha. So at what age did you start playing football, and when did you realize, this is what you wanted to pursue like full time?
I started playing when I was probably 6, like flag or stuff like that, and then tackle was like 2nd and 3rd grade because I got to play up with my brother. He's older, a couple years older than me, which is always nice having an older brother. You get to compete against him and everything. So, and then, from then on I did tackle, and I was always bigger for my age. So I kind of and I've always loved football. Like I was a nut about it. And I love running backs, like historic running backs. Like Earl Campbell was my guy growing up, and
Tyler Rose.
yeah.
Mhm.
And so like I don't know, I kind of just like knew I was gonna do it and take it as long as I could. I love basketball too, and I thought I was gonna do that until I grew up with a kid that plays for the Celtics now. I got drafted, Anton Watson out of
Oh,
Gonzaga.
okay. Nice.
He's from Coeur d'Alene, where I'm from, and we were throwing him oops in like 6th, 7th grade. And I was like, yeah, maybe basketball isn't for me. So I kind of like leaned away from basketball and started working more towards football.
I know the feeling.
Oh.
I'm 6'1", and I'm considered short. I'm in basketball size. I'm like, man, this ain't fair.
Yeah, that was a reality check for sure. Just I was like, yeah, I'm not catching oops right now, and not for another 4 or 5 years. So I was like, I think I need to choose something else.
Oh yeah. So for you, who had the biggest impact on you on your football career and personal development?
Probably my dad. He was a football player himself in college, and he went to a small school, but and then he was always a coach. He's like the youngest head football coach in Idaho history, and then he became like a position coach, and I was just always around it, I guess. And he taught me everything I've ever known about football, I guess, as far as, the rudimentary stuff and a lot of the skills I have. So yeah, I guess he was a great role model for that.
All right.
Awesome. So, what current NFL player do you try to emulate your game after?
Oof. I like during season I barely watch NFL because I'm just watching film from college guys,
Mhm.
But I just love watching. Like, I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna catch some heat from my buddies, but D line's not especially fun to watch in the NFL. Like, there's some guys like Crosby.
You're gonna hear it. You're definitely gonna hear it.
You said
But,
what?
Yeah, but the guys that are fun to watch are the guys that I can't emulate. Like, they're one of ones. Chandler Jones, like, nobody's gonna do what he does. The Aaron Donalds, the guys that are like real fun to watch on the D line. They're one of a kind. I can't. I'm not that. I know it. I don't have the genetics for it. No matter how hard I work, I'm not going to be that. Just like I'm not going to be Jordan or LeBron or anybody else. So I don't know. I guess I like watching like the smart plays that are from around there. Like you brought up Van Der Esch. He was fun to watch for me for a long time. Real tall linebacker too. So
Yeah.
felt like I had a similar build, and I played linebacker at Montana originally. So yeah, for like watching him, watching other guys I played with like from Montana. So like Pat O'Connell, my buddy Colson who plays with the Commanders. I played with kid Devin Culp, a tight end. I like watching those guys because again, similar builds. But yeah, like as far as like D linemen go, I love watching like Crosby. Like he's insane to me.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could emulate more of what he does, but he's in his effort. Like that's one thing I do try to do that he does, and was kind of forced on me at Montana. I didn't know how much effort you needed to give on every play, even in practice when it didn't seem like it mattered. And a lot of other guys don't when they transfer into that school. They don't understand like you go full speed all the time. So yeah, I guess those would be my guys I'd name.
All right.
Now I will say this: hard work's always going to triumph over talent, man. They're just because there will be someone that's ultra talented, but they're lazy, and then you got the guy that works hard, and that's what coaches notice that stuff. And just takes one shot, and hey, because when Crosby came out, he wasn't highly touted, but I mean, look at him now.
Yeah, out of Eastern Michigan, but he's really committed himself. So yeah, that's something for sure to look at.
All right. So now I'm going to give you a hypothetical scenario here. So if you could play in the NFL with any past or present player, who would that player be?
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
I guess it depends on what position I'm playing. Like,
Okay.
If I was playing D line, I mean, I'd want to be with some disruptor, like an Aaron Donald that's going to take a bunch of guys with him and just a ton of attention the whole time. Or I loved Reggie White, the ordained minister. I might like go for somebody like that. I was a Champ Bailey fan growing up, so like good coverage. You need good coverage for the front to actually get anything done. So maybe somebody like that. On offense, if I played offense, it would be Warren Moon. I loved watching Warren Moon's old film. Yeah, just beautiful ball. And like I said, I like watching quarterbacks, and the way he threw it was just fun to watch. So probably him, maybe some of the playmakers like Doug Flutie or one of those guys I'm not a fan of. So, but all the running backs I mentioned earlier, Earl Campbell, Larry Zonka, like the old guys that hit sweetness. I love
hard nose. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
So
follow that up, Rios.
So I asked this question last week, and it's something that I think is a pretty good question to ask. So the NFL is real big on doing work in the community. So what type of work? I guess what type of work would you do in the community when you do make it to the NFL? Like, is there any like charities or causes that are like very near and dear to your heart?
Yeah, this last summer I was a volunteer at the Humane Society, and I love that. Yeah. And it's kind of for like I'm kind of being selfish when I do it because I love dogs and I like cats too, but it's kind of I do it for selfish. I enjoy it as much as the dogs do. So I mean, yeah, like that would be something I'm always gonna do forever. And yeah, no matter if I'm in the NFL or not or whatever, Humane Society is kind of my joy. Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
he walked away.
We're big animal lovers. Hey, we know we respect that answer.
Yeah.
She's 3 months old. I found out at my last job, but she was 3 weeks old. She was asleep on top of a tire, and it was cold, like 2 days before Thanksgiving. I took her in, and I was like, I don't want to call animal control on this thing that fits in my palm. So I was like, took her home and nursed her back to health, and just kept her.
Nice.
Yeah, dude. Same here. I have personally, I have one dog. I have one dog that I had with me since 2013. He's a 12-year-old now. And I had him for the longest. Great, awesome dog. Love it. Been there, through the thick and thin or whatever. My dog. Met my wife. She had 2 dogs, right? So we're at 3. And then we find it gets better. And then 2 years ago we went to Argentina for the summer just to visit. And we came back, and then there was a little white dog that had, I want to say somebody had abandoned her in our complex, and it was getting kind of cold. It started getting cold because she wouldn't let herself get caught. So for like 3 months, everybody's trying to catch her, but she was smart enough not to leave the complex where it was dangerous. She would stay at one spot. Finally, we get somebody to come get her. A friend of mine from an organization called Three Little Pitties. Check them out here in the Houston area. Three Little Pitties, and then they came in and they took care. They caught her for us, and we were supposed to foster her until we found a home. Needless to say, she found a home, except it was a foster fail. She stayed with us, and now here we are. We have 4 dogs.
Nice.
And a cat.
Yeah. And a cat.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a farm, dude. We have a farm here. It's incredible. So yeah, I point taken. We fully respect you on that. It's crazy.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
This next animal's gonna be an emu.
We're gonna have a giraffe over here.
Yeah.
How many? Do you have? How many dogs you got?
At home right now, we only have 2, but they're like little lap dog. They love my parents. They don't not big fans of me, but I grew up. All my buddies have hunting dogs, like big labs or retrievers of kinds. So yeah, so they're. I've been around them my whole life, and yeah, that's my favorite thing. So.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I think I don't know if it's my turn now, but whatever. All right. A quick hit, real quick. What's your favorite pregame meal?
Food. Yeah. We usually do like pastas. Like with the teams, they'll always get stuff, So I'm pasta. I don't know if I'm trying to keep it light because I like being hungry when I get out on the field. I'll just do like light stuff like fruits, berries, watermelon, stuff like that, and drink a lot of fluids. So yeah, I'd probably say that would be my best or my because I've been doing it for so long. That's like my
Right.
go-to. Yeah.
Okay.
So speaking of that, so what are some of your pregame rituals? Like, do you have to do something like when I play sports? I have to do the exact same thing every single time. I'm superstitious like that. Like, you have any?
Which was
like
cry for 30 minutes.
I honestly don't. Like, I think everybody thinks I'm weird that I don't have pregame rituals, or I don't have. Some guys have swag, like they get the headband on, they put the eye black on, and all the things. I just want to, like, I'm just eager to get out there, I guess. Like, the worst part's waiting, and I just want to get out there, get the play started so I can, hit somebody. So I don't really have many rituals. I always said a prayer, but the team does that. So said a prayer with my team. I have a favorite verse, so I'm a child of God. So
nice.
I always, I do that, and then I just get ready to play.
What's your favorite verse?
Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Wow. All right. There you go. All right. So at that point, I think I'm out of the actual getting to know you part questions. I think we're about to head into our trivia, NFL trivia questions with Rios. So everybody here, we kind of, for those who watch us, have been watching us since basically our first time, our few times that we did this, and we started bringing in the trivia. It's just to check out your NFL knowledge. Some questions could be super easy, some questions are just going to be like, what? And some of them you'll actually learn something. Rios, what was it, one of the things that we learned last year, how much the actual Lombardi trophy weighs?
It's surprisingly heavy.
Yeah. So there you go. All right, so first question. Okay, so since you're our guest, you want to go first, or do you want to defer over here to Rios?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, there you go. All right. In what year did the first Super Bowl take place in? I'll give you multiple. Let me know if you want multiple choice, or if you you just want to shoot at it.
I think it's late 60s, but I'll take the multiple choice. It gives me better odds.
All right. Multiple choice: 1959, 1967, or 1969.
67.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. 1967. Great job.
Thank you.
Rios. The iconic NFL on Fox theme song was partially inspired by which superhero? You want multiple choice, or you want to shoot straight?
Give me multiple. Like, what the?
Okay. The Flash, Batman, Captain America.
I'm just gonna guess Captain America.
Final answer?
Yeah, it's probably wrong.
Wrong. Batman. I figured you would know that one since Batman's your favorite hero.
How is it inspired by Batman?
I have no idea, but that's what it says up here.
And the robot wears number 34. I loved that when I was a little grown up. Yeah.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rios. All right. There you go. I like this. Finally, somebody's up on Rios. All right. Next one. The 2015 Deflategate controversy began with a championship game between which two teams?
Patriots and are you doing multiple choice again? I'll take multiple.
Yeah. Patriots and Colts, Patriots and Chiefs, Patriots and Saints.
Patriots and Colts, I'm pretty sure.
Final answer?
Yep.
He's correct. Patriots and Colts. Rios. Which well-known billionaire did Josh Harris outbid when buying the Commanders in 2023?
Multiple choice.
Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, or Donald Trump?
I'm gonna go with Jeff Bezos.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Correct.
Oh.
Jeff Bezos. Yeah. I couldn't think of the last one. I was like, who else is a billionaire? Trump, throw him in there. There you go. All right. So right now we're at 2. Rios is gotten
1.
1 wrong. Okay. Third question. Let's see. Okay. Third question would be, how many NFL teams have bird mascots?
Oof. Oh, is there multiple choice or should I just shoot from the hip?
Just shoot from the hip because it's since it's 5.
You said since it's 5?
Oh,
so-
man, did I just give you the answer?
You motherfucker.
I just gave you the answer. Okay, I'll do another question for you. Wow. So it is 5.
Got it.
If you're ever at a bar and you're doing NFL trivia, here you go.
Yeah.
The Philadelphia Eagles, the Arizona Cardinals, Atlanta Falcons, Baltimore Ravens, and the Seattle Seahawks.
All
Right. Sorry about that. All right, I'll look for another one. No big deal. Okay.
Conspiracy.
Conspiracy. All right, let's find another one. Okay. Ooh, okay. Which NFL Hall of Fame inductee has both played for the Vikings and the Packers?
Brett Favre?
Final answer?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Final answer. Good job. All right, Rios. Sorry, I'm keeping the score here. All right, this is your third question. Which retired NFL coach was nicknamed the Big Tuna?
Let me get multiple choice.
Okay. 1 second. Sorry. Big Tuna. Okay. So looking at Bill Belichick, Don Shula, or how do you call it? Bill Parcells.
Damn. Let me go Don Shula.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Wrong. Bill Parcells.
I figured it was Shula too. Dolphins?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that connection to it. Like, all right.
Yeah. Big Tuna, Bill Parcells. All right. So you got 3. That's it.
Yes.
There you
Sorry,
go. You beat Rios. How does that feel, Rios?
I'm gonna go drink my sorrows away.
You should. There you go. All right. You want a redemption question for you, Rios? So you don't feel bad?
Yeah. Why not?
All right. Here's his Rios redemption question. Here on. Let's see. I don't know, Rios. I'm gonna ask you one of the old questions since you've been around for a long time. What is it called when a quarterback throws a very long pass near or the end zone with a highly unlikely chance of completion, usually as a last ditch effort to score?
Hail Mary.
Yeah. All right. There you go. See, you're not as dumb as you look.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. I meant that. That came from the heart.
You have one?
Yeah. It depends on occasion. But yeah, man. So okay. So is there anything else you would like to share with us? Any plans you have for going on, or is there a pro day coming up for you?
Yeah.
Or did you already have one?
Yeah, Pro Day's March 24th.
Okay.
Yeah, about a month away. And yeah, I got nothing else for you.
Okay. How are you feeling right now? How's that? Knowing you got your pro day, people are going to be looking at you. Like, what's going through your head right now at this point? That's the thing we always like ask any prospects that come through just to hang. Like, you got this pro day coming up. This is essentially, where they're going to look at you and evaluate you based on your performances. So, what's that mindset for you right now as time gets closer to that?
Yeah. I just train like I have been, and yeah, let it go when it comes. I'm not really I don't get too anxious or anything about any of that. So try not to overthink it, I guess. I think that's when you do get anxious about things. So yeah, I just keep training and trust my coaches and do everything I can to put myself in the best position possible when it comes.
There you go, man. So Rios, anything else you got?
Yeah. So anyone that follows me on Twitter knows I've been going back and forth a lot this entire week with Texas Tech fans and back-to-back Big 12 championships. The highlight, though, seeing Patrick Mahomes' face after when they were about to lose the game, just brought joy to the soul.
There you go. All right. Well, hey, Kale, thank you so much for joining us, man. And spending some time with us. Just correct me if I'm wrong. This is their Instagram account, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, that's my Instagram. Yeah, I think.
Yep, that's his idea. Yeah, I was looking at the right now just to make sure, just to double confirm. So, guys, as you can see, great guest that we had here, Kale Edwards. Follow him up on his IG account right there at Kale._.Edwards. Follow his journey all the way to his pro day, and again, we hope to see you on Sunday soon, man. And we're wishing the best for you. And like I said, we're on your team, man. So we're wishing the best for you, and hopefully we do a recap episode of, hey, I made it to the league and stuff like that, brother. So honestly, we're wishing the best for you. And again, just follow Kale Edwards at Kale._.Edwards, just like you see it there on the screen. Thank you, man, for joining us again. I appreciate it, and best of luck to you. And don't go just yet. We're just gonna end the show, okay? But that'll be it, guys. Follow us right there. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at JustFans22, and follow us on IG at JustFansPod, just like you see it there. That's gonna be it for us this week. Check us out next week. Peace.
Southwest A-League, Texas, throw down here and it's so infectious. We ride for the Houston Astros, Rockets, Dynamo, and them Texans. If you ain't never been down here, but rule number one, you gon' respect us. Just fans in my speakers, new one drop, they bout to bless us. I might right through the SWAT, playing just fans right through your spot.